for whatever reason.
We are live.
There it is. Hello, everybody, and welcome into this AFC South show 244, as we're doing wild card reactions to the AFC South teams that played. That, of course, being the Jags and the Texans. So my name's Curtis. You can catch me over at That Real Texas Team podcast. Up at the top right, we've got Eric. He's 1/3 of Third and Teal. You can also catch him at Let's Talk the Video Files on YouTube. Make sure you go over there, like, subscribe. And then our gentleman down here at the bottom, 1/2 of Titans Table for Two, Andrew, holding it down, talking all things Titans. Gentlemen, appreciate you coming on this evening. Generally, did the wild card round go as you expected?
Hell no. Gotta put it out there. Hell no. Not for us anyway.
Yeah,
I expected it to be a really close game. And I expected Cam Little to be the difference maker, but I didn't realize him missing it would be the difference.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, it's you live by the kick, you die by the kick. I'm waiting on that to bite us in the ass, the Fairbairn, but so far, hadn't mattered yet. So far.
Yeah. Well, Cam said he was trying to kick it to adjust for the win, and he said he felt he hit it good. He just didn't adjust enough for the win. So it is. But that was a 6-point swing?
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah.
What up, CJ Hunter? How you doing?
All right, CJ Hunter. Yeah. So
Well, look, Andrew, obviously the Titans and the Colts didn't play this weekend. So let's talk about the coaching hunt 2025.
Man, y'all got a lot of people out there, don't you?
They are casting a wide net. I don't think they're done. I could see Campanelli getting an interview request. Like they're interviewing just about anybody.
You can't have him.
Can't have him. I don't mind. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they request an interview. This is the list of candidates. What's up, Devil Dog? Candidates so far: Matt Nagy, Vance Joseph, Steve Spagnuolo, Lou Anarumo, Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski, Jason Garrett, Jeff Hafley, Arthur Smith, Robert Saleh, Cliff Kingsbury, Jesse Minter, Chris Shula, John Harbaugh, Mike McCarthy, Mike McDaniel, Jonathan Gannon, and Brian Daboll.
I would imagine you probably are going to try to reach out to Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
maybe, but at this point, you have to trade for Tomlin because the Steelers still own his rights because he's still under contract. It'd be like a Sean Payton to Denver kind of situation.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I do like Tomlin a lot, but I feel like it's not really a real option.
Yeah,
but there's definitely names on here where you're like, okay, they're just kind of picking brains. I feel like trying to gather as much information as they can.
Yeah.
There was reports that the report before the weekend was Harbaugh plans to watch a lot of tape on Cam Ward and Jackson Dart this weekend. And then the report Sunday or Monday was Harbaugh really likes what he sees with Cam Ward and the Titans situation. But we'll see. I mean, Harbaugh obviously is on the short list for me. The short list, if I had to put it down to 5 names that I like, not including Harbaugh, I'll take Harbaugh out of it. That's the obvious one. I like Robert Saleh, especially if he can maybe bring Mike McDaniel with him as the OC.
Yeah,
good one.
Yeah, I really like. I just think Saleh's a good coach. I think he just kind of got screwed with the whole Jets situation. I really like Chris Shula with the Rams. I think the way he talks about football reminds me of like the defensive-minded McVay. Like the way he talks about the game, the way he explains it, is just kind of like a nerd about it, kind of like McVay is.
Well, wasn't his grandpa like one of the greatest coaches of all time?
Yeah, for sure. Let me see here. Third on that list, I like Stefanski. I think Stefanski has been a really good coach. Just Cleveland sucks. I mean, he took Cleveland to the playoffs, won Coach of the Year twice. I like Stefanski. I like Mike McCarthy as like a fallback option. Like he's someone who could ready the ship. Maybe not someone who's like, but someone to like just put us on the right path, kind of thing. And then I like Jeff Hafley, but I don't like the collapse he just had in the playoffs. But I do think he's a good coach. Mike McDaniel's up there probably though. too. I'd rather him come in as an offensive coordinator, but I do like him. So that's my 5. I think, like I said, I don't really actually see the one that and actually I don't hate Nagy as much as some Titans fans do. I thought he did a decent job, and I feel like one of those things where you get better. He had a winning record in Chicago, and you learn from your mistakes too. So Nagy, he doesn't crack my top 5, but he'd probably be number 6. Like if he were to get hired, I wouldn't hate it.
Yeah.
I could talk myself into it, but there's a lot of Titans fans that are just completely against it. But people like Spagnola and Raheem Morris, Jason Garrett for sure. Like I don't feel like just Jonathan Gannon, just interviewing just to maybe gather information and stuff like that. But I do like that they're casting a wide net.
Okay.
Okay.
Hold on.
Boom.
All right. Well, let's pivot to the first game on the docket. This one happened in the 12 o'clock window on Sunday. This would be the Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Eric, I'll let you take it away from here. Actually, Andrew, did you have score predictions?
Yes. Isaiah said 31-24 Jacksonville. Jeff said 31-28 Buffalo. Chris said 38-35 Jacksonville. And I said 33-30 Buffalo. So we all within a score. We're all really close. I said I thought this would be the best game of the week, and we had a really good weekend in general. But go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, it was a good game. I'm preface whatever I'm going to say by saying this. I said it last week on Third and Till, and I'm gonna say it again today. Winning covers up weaknesses. All right. I know to a lot of people that sounds a little crazy, but winning covers up a lot of weaknesses. And during this 8th game winning streak, it did cover a lot of our weaknesses. So when you bring Superman in, being named Josh Allen, and we got Batman with his utility belts and stuff. Superman won. It was a really entertaining game. I think what a lot of people fail to remember is this is a first-year coaching staff, first-year coach, and some of the decisions that were made during the game, you can question now. Well, question during the game, as in when we got the fumble off the kickoff, and we went down and we went for fourth and 2, and we decided to go for the first down instead of kicking the 3 points, which turned out to be, honestly, the difference in the game. Because from after the first quarter, it was 3-0 Buffalo. From that point on, the game was even score-wise. If you go and look at the periods, each team scored the same in each period, except for the first period. So, with that being said, I always say go for the points, especially in the playoff game. But as a first-year coaching staff, that's something they'll learn. And I know he did it all year long. So he went with what he knew, what he felt was right. But in the playoff game, where points are at a premium, yeah, you take the points. You just have to take the points on that. But the more puzzling part of this game was once we started running the ball, we were gashing them. Okay, we were really gashing them, and we stopped, which is just mind-boggling. Once again, we stopped running the ball. Travis Etienne had 10 attempts for 67 yards. Tootin had 4 attempts for 51 yards. I mean, so we were moving the ball, running it, but for some reason we got, as Jeff, you like to yell, we got pass happy for some reason. And that really, I think, hurt us more than anything. And the other problem was we had Walker Little. Somebody got a phone call coming in. We had
somehow the Find My iPhone thing was going off.
Found it.
Yeah.
We had Walker Little in at left tackle because Cole Van Lennon was hurt, and I think you saw the difference in trust when it came to Trevor, as far as Van Lennon being at left tackle and Walker Little being at left tackle, because Trevor just didn't look the same as he looked through the last 8 games. He just didn't look the same. And Bosa was really putting pressure on him from that end. So it was, yeah, it was one of those games. But honestly, it was a pretty even game. You want to be honest with you, it was a pretty even game. It was a couple of plays here and there. Cam Little missing a 54-yarder at the end of the half. That's another 3 points we left out there on the field. So between taking the points in the first quarter on the fourth, instead of going for 4 for 2, and kicking that 54, making that 54-yarder, that's 6 points we left on the field right there. That's 6 points. But you have to give it to Josh Allen, man. Because we held Cook to 45 yards, I think it was, rushing. Something like that, 45, 46 yards rushing, 46 yards rushing. Okay, so as far as their run game, it was basically non-existent. But as I said before, winning covers up weaknesses. And all year, our weakness has been running a soft zone. And instead of having a veteran quarterback like Josh Allen, he just nickeled and dimed us all the way through. There go that man. There you go. Yeah, Josh Allen, he just nickeled and dimed us down until we made a mistake in the secondary, and they capitalized. As I like to say, as I said, last Friday. Anyway, last week on Third and Till, as I said, it came down who on the field was going to make plays. Buffalo made the plays and we didn't. I mean, you can explain it all you want to. A lot of fans saying on the last interception that Trevor threw, he had Parker Washington coming wide open. Well, actually, he was coming open, but Trevor had thrown the ball already because Bosa had split Cleveland and Little and was bearing down on him. So he had to get rid of the ball because he couldn't take a sack right there because we didn't have any timeouts. And he threw it to the man he relied on all season long since he came to Jacksonville, Jacoby Myers, who usually makes those kind of catches. So, it just came down who made plays and who didn't, man. And Buffalo made more plays than we did. On that 10-yard touchdown pickup and take Josh Allen to the goal line thing, that was the weirdest play I've seen in a long time. Okay, because the guy actually picked Josh Allen up and started running with him. If you go back and look at the game, he picked him up and started running with him for a little bit. But there's an old adage that says play till you hear the whistle. And on that play, our defense apparently was looking for the now my phone want to ring. Was looking for the whistle, and it never came, and the Bills just kept playing until they got to the goal line, and that basically was it. That was it. It's not like we got blew out the house. I mean, Trevor played decently. I'm not going to say he played to the standard he had been playing the previous 8 games, but he played decently. He brought the team back. He brought us back multiple times. So, I mean, they were going head to head. Just Superman made the final play, and that was it. The Buffalo won. Now, if you look at the stats, it says Jacksonville controlled the game. Jacksonville won the game. If you just look at the stats. But on the final scoreboard, it says Buffalo 27, Jacksonville 24. I mean, it was a hard way to lose, but it happened. It happened. We'll get more into it on Third and Till, but that's basically it in a synopsis, man. I mean, you really can't say We gave the game away. Buffalo they took the game. I'm not going to say Buffalo. I'm going to say Josh Allen took the game. He was the Josh Allen that everybody expected to show up in the playoff. The more experienced quarterback, Superman, as they like to call him, and that was it. I mean, I really can't say anymore without getting in depth. But like I say, we'll say that for third and teal. But the biggest thing was we stopped running the ball. If we would have ran the ball more while we was chewing them up, I think the outcome would have been a little bit different. But being a first-year coaching staff, first-year head coach, you go with what got you there. That's what he was doing basically. He was going with what got him there. So that's it. Season ended. And on a bummer note, but it was a good season overall. So I'm pretty happy. Just build from here and keep it moving. So
I was going to say in response is, first of all, hats off for a great season. 13 wins any year is hard to fucking do. Exactly. No matter what your schedule is or anything, it's the NFL. It's hard to get that many games. To win 8 in a row, to lock up your playoff spot, also incredibly difficult. This is a Jags team that, in theory, is poised to come back again next year and be a damn solid team.
Great.
There's a lot to be excited about in Duval right now. This game didn't go the way you wanted it to, the way a lot of people thought it would go. The Jags defense didn't create the turnovers that they needed when they really, really needed them. And I think that was really kind of the big downfall, because I don't remember there being a whole lot of turnovers from Josh Allen in this game. And
right.
That had kept the Jags afloat for most of the year was a very stingy, turnover-happy defense.
Right.
And that just didn't show up. But, again, you still only lost by 3 to a former MVP quarterback who's, like you mentioned it several times, calling him Superman. The man put the S on his chest.
Yes, he did.
And he took shit into his own hands. But, it's playoff Bills,
Yeah, exactly.
Again, the NFL script is, in theory, writing itself right now for Josh Allen to get his 1 Super Bowl while there's no Mahomes, no Lamar, no Burrow.
Which is amazing, because they kept saying that too. You're like, okay, we see where this is going, right?
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
the stars are aligning. Josh Allen doesn't have to have, quote unquote, an actual challenge. Well, there will be. But gentlemen, what do you guys think? Buffalo, Jacksonville?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like the opposite of what's helped the Jags all season. They've been the one to create turnovers and not turn it over, and what really came down is they turned it over and didn't create any. But like, given up what being -3 on the turnover and still only losing by 3, you feel good about it. Obviously you don't feel good about it because it's a playoff loss, but you can look at it whenever you take a step back after the emotions come down. You're like, okay, we still played really well. Trevor just never really looked super comfortable. I know he had 3 touchdowns and he played a decent game for someone who never looked super comfortable.
Right.
But both of those picks were really bad. I understand going to Myers in that point, but he was blanketed.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't NFL. Myers, he wasn't even NFL open. Like,
yeah. but I mean, when you have trust in it, that Myers is his guy. Okay.
I understand having a go-to guy for sure.
Yeah. And when he's in trouble, Strange not available, that's who he went to. And yeah. Man, that first interception, I don't know what the hell Trevor was looking at on that one. He got baited good on that one. But Devil, you always got something to say. Sit in front of that mirror in your basement in your tidy whities and be quiet. The last one, you can count it, but I really don't count it. He was, at that point, you was trying to get the ball down, and he was being he was being pressured by Boza. So, but I like I said earlier, I think Trevor didn't have as much faith in Walker Little being that left tackle as he did in Cole Van Lennon. So he rushed a lot of throws also because of that, I do believe. Just because he didn't have that faith and that
You
trust.
mentioned Bosa, but like Gregory Rousseau was all over that field too. He was
Right.
all over that field. But yeah, I think
number
you feel
27.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like I said, you feel good about it after like taking a step back. You feel good about the future. I think you have a really good team. Like, and I know we've joked around about it, but I mean, you really hope that you can keep Campanelli on this staff as long as possible because what he's done with that defense is, amazing. And they got a lot of guys tied up too. I mean, they think on the defense they got Devin Lloyd, about it coming free. So, you like what they've got. Parker Washington has really just gotten better and better over the last 2 years too.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because the way they traded for Myers, Washington stepped up because the way BTJ really took a step back this season.
Right.
You needed those guys. So overall, great season by the Jags. Nothing to hang your hat on. And I think the future is bright down there. And I really love that reporter that was talking to Liam Cohen and screw everybody who was talking trash about her.
You know what? And I'm going to say it. That was needed at that time. I don't care what nobody said. That was
needed. You told Cohen needing to hear that.
Yeah, because you could see the hurt in his face as he was trying to answer them questions. Because he was down as well. So when that was needed at that time. And like you said, screw what the main media said, whatever. Okay, but that was needed, and I'm glad she said it. Because I think a lot of us Jags fans needed to hear that as well, because we really wasn't feeling well after that.
Yeah.
We really weren't.
We should all be so fortunate as to have whatever her name was. Basically, just
Lynn
kind
Jones.
of Lynn Jones needs to be in all of our corners, just constantly like, you did good today, sugar.
I know I have days. That everybody auntie now. Everybody auntie now.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was the game. I mean, it was a tight game. It was an entertaining game.
Really good game.
But yeah, like I said, the more experienced quarterback won. You can't take it from him.
And that's really what I said on the preview show. I was like, I like the Jags as a team better, but I'm leaning into Josh Allen's playoff experience, and that's why I gave them the 3-point nod.
Yeah, was
because he's just been in these games, and like he's lost one game in the playoffs. It's not Patrick Mahomes, I think.
And then the old Jaguar killer that a lot of he used to do it when he was in Houston. Brandon Cooks, he always comes up with one or two plays out of nowhere, because you basically forget about them. So they're like, here we go. I mean, a couple of busts in the secondary. But a lot of it was because of Josh Allen's experience. So, hey, it is what it is, man. We're on the couch with everybody else now.
Yeah, Jeff, what do you think?
I mean, just like Andrew, I called Buffalo by 3, and for the same reason. It just kind of depended on it was kind of a toss up for me, but I was just like taking Josh Allen, that experience, and expecting that version of that Superman Josh Allen. And Eric, I'm going to ask a favor of you. I need you to go on to 3rd and Teal and talk to your boy Isaiah for a minute. Trevor was good. He wasn't great. Like that. I'm just.
What I said, he was decent.
I'm calling him like no. I'm saying Isaiah got in our chat. Trevor Lewis was great. If he was great, y'all win.
He was decent. He was decent.
Decent, not great.
Yeah, right.
Great.
Right.
If he wanted great, it was on the other side of the field.
He didn't do a CJ Stroud, but I mean he was decent. He
you mean win?
Okay.
No.
He earned
but we ain't gonna go there.
Project. It was Trevor. I mean, he was good. I mean, I'm not saying he was terrible, but I mean, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
Great was on the other side of the field. I mean, Josh Allen hit 9 different receivers. He did exactly what he needed to do. He spreaded the ball around. and they finished drives. It's just something Jacksonville didn't do a whole lot of, and well, I mean they did, but not as much.
Yeah,
Not as much
not
as
as
they
much.
needed to.
Well,
And they didn't
the
take
one
ball
that
away
should have.
like they're supposed to.
Yeah, well, if we kick the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 2,
called that
it's a
too.
different game.
I called that
It's
too.
a different game. We go up 10
like,
to 3.
Did not text saying kick the field goal.
Yeah. I
Hit him
mean,
in
we
the
go
ass.
up 10 to 3, but then they take the ball and drive 92 yards. So, what you say, Devil Dog? Hey, did you not tell me that we did not have any good wide receivers other than Nico Collins?
We haven't got to that game
What?
yet, bro.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah,
there.
we'll get there.
We'll get there. We're talking about the Jags right now.
Yeah. You know,
Folk.
what Parker Washington did shine.
Unc is
He had
crazy, dog.
107 yards.
It's like, yeah, let's move it along, guys.
That's our Unc, dog.
You know, he's sitting in front of that mirror in the basement, man. Just leave him alone.
Oh,
I'm
dude.
gonna talk bad about Devil Dog.
Yeah, we like Devil Dog.
Yeah,
Too. Big supporter, man.
Well, I think that
but
pretty much-
that's it.
yeah, I was about to say, it sounds like a pretty much a bow on this Jaguars game. Eric, if you want, you got a couple seconds if you want to just kind of give us your thoughts on the season, maybe what you expected versus what you got.
Well, what I got was way more than I expected. Honestly, I didn't expect no more 8-9 wins, at the most. Coming off of last year, and I would have been happy with that. That's 9 wins. Okay, it's a winning season. We build from there. To go 13, get 13 wins, especially after the debacle and down in Houston. Oh, I'm elated. That show there's a fight. There's a fight in this team. It's being built the right way. Oh, look at the puppy. I'm happy. I'm happy with the way the season went.
Yeah.
I mean, any Jacksonville fan, if you're not happy with the way this season went, yeah, something wrong with you. Now, I'm not particularly happy the way it ended, and you know what it is about the way it ended? It's the suddenness of it.
Yeah.
1 minute you're rooting, and then all of a sudden you realize, hey, there's no more games, man.
It's over. Yeah.
Yeah, it's over. We're done. And I think that's when it kicks in, especially the next day, especially when you're doing parts like this, you're like, oh man, it's over. God dang, we done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But overall, man, I'm more than elated and happy with the way the season went, and we'll be all right.
That's called play.
Smart ass.
Yeah, smart ass.
I think, for sure. Going into the season, rookie coach, you're still trying to figure out what you have in Trevor. I think, definitely went over expectations.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, all right. Let's pivot to the other game of the weekend that pertains to us. Houston goes up to Pittsburgh and puts the belt to ass from a defensive perspective, 30-6. This is about as thorough of a defense shutting down another team as you could possibly get. CJ Stroud literally did about everything he could to throw the game, and the Steelers couldn't do shit. No. They had 3 turnovers and had 3 points off of turnovers, went 0 for 2 in the red zone, were sacked 5 times, if you maybe more if you include the intentional grounding. But this was a thorough exhibition of what the Texans fans have been watching all year with this defense. It has been fun to watch. They control everything. They set the tempo early. Jalen Petry's flying from the nickel spot, just absolutely decapitating motherfuckers. And Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson were walking tackles back into Aaron Rodgers' lap. The defensive tackles were getting pushed. The running game wasn't going anywhere. I saw a stat, and I kind of want to just off the goop go for it here, but if a quarterback were to throw 20 straight passes into the stands, your passer rating would be 39.6. If you were to throw at Kamari Lassiter, the average passer rating is a 6.6. If you were to throw at Derek Stingley, it is a 24.1. If you were to throw at Kalen Balak, it is a 33.3. It is feasibly more effective of an offensive move to throw the ball away than it is to actually try to throw the ball on 3 of the 4 starting members of the Texans secondary. That's kind of incredible. To start this season off, I asked the question several times, and I brought it up since then. Does this defense have to be a generational defense for anything to be accomplished? Each and every week, I get the answer that I've kind of assumed. Yes, it does. It has to absolutely.
Yes, it does.
It has to.
I think we all agree with that.
Would you trust the Texans?
Yes.
If they had to lean on the offense and CJ Stroud right now? No, I'm not.
No.
CJ's got some sort of mental gymnastics he's trying to do or something, overthinking the hell out of everything. He's scared to run the ball. He's trying to play hero ball. A couple of the situations, he's trying to hold the ball a little bit longer so that somebody else can get open. My first thought is the flea flicker play where Woody Marks holds onto the pitch too long, finally gets it to CJ. Jaden Higgins is open, but CJ doesn't have enough time to get him the ball, causing a fumble, which I think was caught by one of the defensive linemen on that one. Probably the worst interception of CJ Stroud's career. There's an open running lane. Maybe he doesn't get the first down, but at least he doesn't turn the ball over in the red zone on that first drive of the second half. Woody Marks, a shining star in this game on offense with over 100 yards for the first time all season. One of the better offensive line performances of the year, even though CJ was sacked 3 times. A lot of that was him holding on to the damn ball or moving up into the pressure. The level of regression that happened from week 18 to this game is just unheard of. But if you can have a quarterback get sacked 3 times, fumble 5 times, throw one interception, and you still win by 24.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If in the alternate universe where CJ Stroud didn't throw that pick and had no fumbles, Houston won that game 51-6. Like it would have been, we would have had Davis Mills in at halftime. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
But this was the matchup we wanted. It worked out well for us. Well, I don't know about Davis Mills. Davis Mills,
quarterback controversy.
He just barely made it to Pittsburgh. His wife had a baby on Sunday, and he almost didn't make it. He had to get a separate.
Let me ask you this question.
What's up?
Let me ask you a question. When it comes to CJ running, right? Do you feel that his previous problems with concussions has kind of stopped him from running as much?
Well, the first concussion he had was him getting sacked. The second one was on a run. I think he's scared to death of getting another concussion and going out of the game because Davis Mills came in and played well. I don't think he's scared of the actual hit. I think he's scared of what happens after. Davis Mills
playing well,
losing
his job.
Yeah. Exactly. Because it's the NFL, not for long if you keep fucking around. So I think that's realistically what it is more than anything. I mean, I mentioned it in the chat last night. He's overthinking it, and he's afraid to run. That's 1000% his issue. If he just decides to run on half of those pass attempts that turned out to be sack fumbles, we're talking about an even wider point margin. There were a couple passes he overthrew because he's trying to bob and weave and do too much, and he put too much fucking pepper on one pass to Nico Collins, and then goes high and through his hands. It was probably the worst game I've seen CJ Stroud have in the playoffs. But with that being said, that's 3 straight wild card games for the Texans with 2 defensive touchdowns. Kind of wild.
I mean, hey, you got to give it to you. The defense is your team.
Yep.
Your defense is the team.
We're the 85 Bears.
I mean, without that defense, yeah. I mean, you got to give it to the defense. They are beasts. They really are.
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
that's a lot of the reason why I wanted D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But with that, I'll open it up to you guys. What thoughts do you guys have about this game?
Just real quick, I'm gonna run down the score predictions. Chris had it 21-17 Houston. Isaiah had it 27-24 Houston. I had 16-13 Houston, and Jeff had 17-13 Pittsburgh. But yeah, I mean, I think
on the Texans pod, I said 24-20.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's just the Houston Texans football. Because I mean, even if they don't get the 2 defensive touchdowns, they win 16-6, and this is the kind of games that they want. It's going to be a knockdown drag. You better be ready for a war.
Right.
And I've said it all year. Like with that defense, it doesn't really matter. You have a chance in every single game with that defense.
Yep.
It doesn't matter who you're playing.
That's facts.
You just gotta rare buck those mistakes from CJ because they will burn you eventually.
Oh,
Against
absolutely.
a better team, because that Steelers team was probably the worst team in the playoffs.
Maybe Chargers.
What the Chargers? Yeah.
I think the Chargers are
They
injured.
did hold Houston to 7 for most of the game. Like
Chargers are just injured. Like I think Steelers are actually just a worse team.
I don't
really.
even blame it on injury. Did you see his offensive line?
It's horrible.
I mean, holy shit, man!
I'm talking about his whole offensive line's injured.
Everybody on the Chargers offensive line is named Matt Pryor.
I wouldn't even say the Panthers. I really wouldn't. They took it to the Rams.
No, I definitely think you could argue Steelers Chargers, but I would pick the Steelers as the word. I mean, they barely made it in there. Like
CJ Hunter,
one title field goal away from not even being in the game. Especially that Panthers defense has been solid.
Yeah,
I firmly believe that the Ravens would have put up a better fight.
Yeah, they probably lost, but they probably been 16-30.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You playing a 40-year Aaron Rodgers who can't run, can't move. So it's like a sitting target back there.
Especially for pass rushers like that.
Yeah, it's a target right there on him. You don't have to worry about him outrunning you because it's not going to happen. He made a couple of throws early in the game to DK Metcalf, who dropped the ball. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and and Aaron Rodgers is sentimental. He gets in his feelings. So, once that started happening, you just basically knew. Because if you look at the game, Houston really wasn't sending that much pressure at the beginning of the game until Aaron Rodgers threw those couple of passes, and then they started bringing the heat. You know what I mean? They started bringing the heat. So, the defense is legit though. You there's nothing you can say. You played Phillip Rivers. I know this, Devil Dog.
I didn't play Phillip Rivers.
No, I know what he mean, but
I know what he means.
I mean, Devil Dog, really, it's the same equivalent, except for Aaron Rodgers had a stronger arm. As far as anything else, it's the same.
Also,
you got
somebody who's been playing year in and year out, supposed to somebody,
right?
But the Steelers just aren't that good. Like that defense is getting really. Other than Joey Porter Jr., that defense is old as fuck too.
Right.
So I don't see that team. Speaking on the head coaching search vibe, like super desirable. of a destination. You know,
No,
No.
it's
They have to make
going to have
tough decisions.
yeah, it's going to have to be tore apart and rebuilt. It's going to have to be.
it's gonna.
Yeah.
It's just
Speaking
it's
of
a,
coaching search,
the only thing they
I'm
have
so
going in
pissed
their
off right
way is legacy.
I
I'm
love
not
how
sure this is
Tomlin-
the year you want to be in. It's 9 teams fighting for all these coaches.
Yeah.
Right? If that
No, I'm
other
saying, like I said, if both Harbaugh and Tomlin become available, I'm going to be very pissed off that they stuck with Stock. Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
It's not
I
a
don't know.
desirable position right now, so they probably wouldn't come here anyway. But
Tomlin's
Still.
a weird thing because technically, since he stepped down and didn't get fired, the Steelers own his rights. So if somebody wants him, they're going to have to trade for him.
it's a Sean Payton thing.
Yeah,
yeah.
which would probably be at least a second-round pick, I'd imagine, to get Tomlin.
Mhm.
And you already don't have a first, so y'all probably wouldn't be making that trade anyway.
We don't have
right.
two first.
Yeah, I'm talking about this year in general. You don't have.
Yeah.
Eric, what did
Yeah.
the Jags trade for Travis Hunter?
Their first round pick this year.
And like a second the year
And the second,
last year?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that was it.
That's what I thought. I couldn't remember. So neither one of you guys have a first round draft pick this offseason?
No,
Damn.
nope, not at all. Unless we make a trade or and move somebody that's worth the first round pick. But yeah, as of right now, no, we don't have.
What's
any.
BTJ's worth?
I
now?
think it's not a
Second,
first
probably?
round, maybe a second. Yeah, if we were trading, probably a second. But I think our first pick is number 59. Yeah, first 59, the second round. So
Mm.
yeah,
Well, look, gentlemen, we've got a preview coming up for the divisional round at the end of the week. So we'll save all future talk for that. But I want to take a minute to appreciate you guys for coming on and talking ball. And
Yep, Titans do have the most cap space.
yes, hold on. Do you
Sorry.
guys have any closing comments?
No,
All right.
no.
tighten up. Tighten
Just
up.
a really good weekend of football. Like there was some
Dude, it
really
was
good
so
games.
good. People will
There was so many
say
good games.
Well,
that the Patriots game and the Texans game weren't good. They were still good, dude. I like defensive games too. It was just a banger weekend of football. I'd rather see it
Yeah.
than a game where it's. No, I know it ended 30-6, but if it had been a 30-6 game throughout the whole thing, much less boring than the way. Yeah, like it was a good game until the fourth quarter.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, look, gentlemen, again, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Everybody in the comments section, Brandon, CJ Hunter, anybody else that's out there, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe button. Do the same thing for
Right.
Titans Table for Two, Unstabled, Kingmaker Sports, Third and Teal, and That Real Texas Team podcast.
Duval, baby.
And be good people. Fuck the Colts and the Cowboys
And the Titans.
and the Jags.
Never the Titans.
Never the Titans.
Which was never-
It was
We'll see you in the preview, y'all.
See you in a couple of days.